Hi Candace, this is John. So I'm going to show you how I do the foam roller. Also, my neck stretcher. I can't remember the official name of it. And then also the exercises that I do as well. So, first of all, here's the foam roller. I got this at Walmart. It wasn't very much. They come in, I think, different sizes. I think this is the standard size. I want to say 6 inches. I'm not sure. But anyway, this is the roller I use. So basically, I just put it on the floor. You need plenty of space for your legs and body to extend out, obviously. Normally, I take my shirt off because a lot of times it'll as I roll to put it into position, it will actually kind of curl up the shirt, and I don't know, it's a hassle. I'm going to save you from that today. You can do it without doing it. You have to kind of grab your shirt, and you'll see. But anyway, I'll normally start kind of at my lower back. So I'm going to grab my shirt here so it doesn't curl it up. And I roll until I am positioned right below my shoulder blades. And then I just keep it there. And you'll hear a little bit of cracking. I remember when I first started doing this position was very uncomfortable. And I don't even know if my head would touch the floor. I mean, I was that stiff. My spinal column was, and so now it's no big deal. I don't know. I've been doing it for years, and it really helps. This really helps. So I sit it here with my with the roller underneath my shoulder blades, and I stay in this position for 5 minutes. I think when I remember talking, this was actually uh, advice given to me by Alice's chiropractor when he noticed that I started having. He just says you're starting to get old man's back, and I was like, old man's back? Oh man, are you serious? It kind of ticked me off, but my back hurt between the shoulder blades, and so he said this is the way to fix it. And I can honestly say that when I started doing this, my pain in that area did go away. So it's pretty awesome. So I'll do this for 5 minutes. If it hurts too much for you, if every day you do it, you'll get a little more flexibility in your spine. And eventually, I'm assuming you'll probably be able to do it close to what I'm doing. Everybody's back's different, but I mean, this works for me. And that chiropractor swore that eventually I would alleviate the pain there, and I would become a little more flexible. And I can say that's true. So I'll do this for 5 minutes. I know for some people, I showed this to my buddy, and he couldn't even. His body was like, like this. I mean, he couldn't. His neck didn't even go back. And I don't know if it's necessary for your neck to go back, but it just kind of naturally does. It's kind of hard to hold it up like this, so it just goes back and so forth. So that's what I do with the foam roller for 5 minutes. And I typically on my phone I'll set the timer for 5 minutes, and it goes off, and I know I'm done. And so that's what I do there. And then as far as my neck exercises, and I think these help too. I years ago I saw this as something good to do for people having neck problems, and sometimes I do have a stiff neck. So I do these few exercises. Let's see. The first one I do is I pull my head down into my chest with my chin against it and pull kind of hard. I mean, for 30 seconds. And then I tilt my head back and I gently pull back on it this way for 30 seconds. Um, I'll go this way for 30 seconds. Go the opposite direction towards the shoulder for 30 seconds. And then I'll grab my chin here with my hand and grab my fingers on my shoulder and hold for 30 seconds to the left, and then repeat the same there. Often I'll do this after I do my neck stretcher, and I'll show you that in just a second as the last thing I do with my neck. So I'll do the foam roller, I'll do my neck stretcher, as you'll see here in a second, and then I'll do these
stretching exercises for my neck I just showed you. Often too, when I'm in the shower, warm shower, everything's loosened up. I'll do these neck stretches as well. And again, if you were to say of the three things that I'm talking about and showing you today, the foam roller is definitely the one that for the pain in the upper part of my back between the shoulder blades is the one that has alleviated it the most. But I've done these other things too because I don't know. I just think they're good things to try to keep my spine healthy and so forth. So I'm going to show you the neck stretcher now. And the neck stretcher, you have to buy this thing. It's called a neck hammock. I don't know if you can see that. And I got it on, I think it was like a commercial on YouTube. It's like, the neck hammock, it's amazing. And I watched it and I thought, okay, that sounds pretty good. You're basically using traction on your neck to kind of separate the vertebrae and the discs to alleviate pain and to realign. I think that's the theory. And I kind of, over the years, I've heard there's lots of different ways to do this and lots of different mechanisms to do it. This seemed like one of the simplest and cheapest ones, and so that's kind of why I did it. So, but basically, you'll get it. It's simple instructions. You attach it to a door. I've done this at hotels. Here in my home, I typically use this closet door downstairs, and it's pretty comfortable. They've designed it to be comfortable. I actually made one out of strapping, and it wasn't very comfortable, and so because I thought I could, I'll just do that because I thought it's pretty simple, and it is. And the strapping that I did worked, but this is a lot more comfortable than that. So anyway, with this, I attach it to the door, which they'll give you instructions to do that, and then I kind of grab it, put my neck in there, and then I pull forward, and you can actually feel it kind of stretching, and you get comfortable, your head back, and it's kind of pulling that neck and the vertebrae. And I will basically do this for 10 minutes. Again, I'll set my phone for 10. And it's actually, I don't know if I'm going to say it's relaxing, but sometimes it is, and I just close my eyes and whatever. And just let it kind of do that gentle pulling traction. And that is basically what I do for my neck. And I think what the biggest concern you've mentioned is the pain between your shoulder blades. And I really think the foam roller is going to do that. I'm always curious because it is a fairly extreme position. You saw me when I did it. My body bends quite a bit. My neck tilts all the way back to the ground. And I do remember I do it for 5 minutes. I couldn't do it for 5 initially. And eventually I got to the point where I was doing it for 5 minutes. And I don't do it every day, but most days when I work out, I try to do it. And it's just made a huge difference because this was several years ago. I was having pain in that area, and this eliminated. That chiropractor definitely knew what he was talking about when it came to that. And I could tell that obviously I think as you get older, your posture and your back and all that stuff deteriorates naturally, and so I think that these stretches and these exercises and traction, I think it all helps. And if it's causing more pain or actually injuring you, then I'd say no. I used to do a lot of yoga stuff, and there were certain yoga things I just won't do them anymore because they were actually causing me more pain. And I noticed too, lifting as I get older, there's certain lifts that my body it's not good for it to do anymore. And so and that's kind of how I judge it. If it's making things worse, I won't do it, and I will rethink and try to find a way to do what I want to achieve that is gentler and won't hurt me. because I think when you're younger, your body can do a lot of things and not be injured. But I think as you get older, you've seriously got to consider what you're doing. You know, for instance, like running. I'm not going to do it anymore because it's just running's great, but it wears things out faster. And as I get older, I need to do things that are going to give me a cardiovascular benefit, but not be pounding. And so cycling is just awesome. And I recommend that to people that are runners and that are experiencing pain, and they look at me like, "Oh no, it's running." It's like, okay, fine, you know, but you can get the same cardiovascular benefit in a much easier way as far as pounding on your body, and it is what it is. Alrighty, well that's pretty long. Hope that's beneficial. Talk to you soon. Bye.